I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt genuinely.
Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with and what he look like and what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that, so I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child.
Mother drank and smoked while they was pregnant. That's why they're so angry. Cause who the fuck is angry? You supposed to be angry at him that did this. Not that's the reason why you don't find it to be angry is because you did it.
Lisa Blueface's own mama just threw major shade and came with receipts to back it all up. She's confirming what fans have been whispering for months. Shaw's baby might actually have a condition, and it looks like she's been hiding it the whole time. Fans have been picking up on strange signs, noticing that something wasn't adding up with the baby's behavior. But every time someone dared to ask questions, Chaw went off. She clapped back hard, calling people haters, saying they were putting bad energy on her child, and telling folks to stay out of her business. Even Blueface himself tried to raise the alarm, but Chaw shut him down too. Now it looks like Karlissa, yes, his own mama, has had enough of the drama. She just leaked what appears to be the baby's real medical record and the diagnosis. It's heartbreaking. So what exactly did she put out there? Did she just confirm everyone's worst fears, that Chaw's been keeping this a secret? And why on earth has Chaw been fighting so hard to stop the baby from getting real help? This is way deeper than online beef. We gotta break it all down and sort out the real from the fake. Now everyone knows Blueface's mom Carly can't stand Chrisean, like at all. But did anyone really think she'd take it this far? It's like Karlissa took all that hate she has for Chaw and passed it on to the baby, which is just crazy when you think about it. Talking down on your own grandbaby like that, wild. Especially with everything people online have been saying about this child already. Karlissa recently hopped on Instagram Live and started spilling. She talked about the very first time she met little Jr. and claimed she could immediately tell something was off with him.
I saw him in that restaurant. It crushed me. And for her to say she wanted to stomp me out, girl, I can't even tell you what my mind wanted to do to you once I looked in his face and I didn't know if he was looking at me, you, or the air. I was hurt, genuinely hurt. But you know what I said? You know what? That's okay. That's okay. If he can laugh and he can cry and he can smile, he can still be a joy in this world. I'm seeing him. I never seen him whoop before. I never seen what they saw. I literally thought this whole time that maybe people's fans was doing something to the pictures or, making it not. I didn't believe it the whole time. I just was like, nah, John said there was a couple things going on, but he didn't say it was to that extent.
She didn't hold back, but then she flipped it, saying she still wanted to be a supportive grandma and that she'd love Junior no matter what.
It don't matter. It wouldn't matter to me at all, one bit. He will be around this mother in a chair that sits him up. I will go buy the best stuff for him. I will go buy the best chair that sits him up. I will be calling India and France and Rome, trying to figure out what machine we can get to work what. We will be chopping that shit.
But things went left real quick. After that video, Chaw clapped back hard, saying Karlissa was attacking her out of nowhere. That lit a fire under Karlissa, and she went live again, this time straight up accusing Chaw of being the reason Junior has certain medical issues, allegedly. This right here is where things got real intense, because now folks are saying this basically confirms the rumors that have been floating around that the baby might be dealing with fetal alcohol syndrome. Now look, we ain't here to judge or shame, but people are connecting the dots and saying Chaw might have made some questionable choices while she was pregnant. It's all speculation for now, but the internet is in a frenzy over it. Back when Chaw was pregnant with Junior, she wasn't even trying to hide it. She was out here drinking and smoking openly. It got so bad that even her own family stepped in, worried sick about both her and the baby. And how did she react? She basically told them she didn't care.
I woke up today knowing I don't want a child no more. I don't want no fucking kid no more. I don't think I want to be a Blueface girlfriend.
Get yourself together.
Where the bottle at?
Oh my gosh.
Drink it.
She asked for another bottle. I'm just
You can't have liquor?
Yes, I can. I can abort the child tomorrow. It won't hurt me.
No, you can't have no fucking liquor.
From the way she acted, it really seemed like she didn't plan on keeping the baby at first, like she was ready to end the pregnancy. That would explain a lot about her behavior and those reckless comments she made. It's like she only changed her mind at the very last second. But even after deciding to keep Junior, she still kept on smoking and drinking like nothing mattered. Blueface even exposed this himself. He tweeted that Cha literally smoked a blunt on the way to the hospital. Not even kidding, he said, "She was finna do a concert smoking before labor. You smoked your way to birth." Then he dropped this bomb. "You don't think I can get the kid for real? I have no intentions to take the baby, but if you're not showing the right signs, I will do what's best." And that's not even the wildest part. He also said the baby wasn't healthy because, in his words, she drank, smoked, and got hit her whole pregnancy. He accused her of not even being able to take 1 month off to protect their son. Then came the hernia situation. Blueface claimed the baby had a hernia, and for some reason Cha was dragging her feet about getting it fixed. But instead of keeping it private, he went completely off the rails. He posted a super inappropriate picture of Junior's private area on Twitter, along with a messy caption blasting Cha for not handling her responsibilities. And when folks called him out, what did he do? Double down. He tweeted, "It's my son, I'll post what I want. Who gon' stop me? Squabble up or shut up." That tweet alone had the internet fuming. Twitter deleted the picture, obviously, but that didn't slow him down. He just kept ranting, accusing Cha of still not scheduling the surgery. This drama's got no breaks, and the baby is the one caught in the middle of it all. This was the turning point, the moment fans really started paying attention and realized something wasn't right. At first, the support for Cha was strong. People were cheering her on when she announced the pregnancy. But fast forward a bit, the vibe flipped real quick. Fans started dragging her for her behavior. It was like the whole internet did a 180 on her. Now, if you know anything about Cha, you already know she's been known to act wild. Her and Blueface been stuck in a crazy toxic cycle for 5 years. Off and on, fighting, making up, wilding out in public, a total mess. At one point, folks tried to hold out hope for her. But for a lot of people, she officially hit lost cause status. Still, when she first dropped the pregnancy news, it kind of seemed like she was ready to grow up. She made a bunch of promises, talking about leaving her old life behind, cutting Blueface off, and raising her baby solo. People were hoping she'd pull it together. She even posted this emotional message, trying to show she was serious. She wrote, "When I saw the face of what was growing inside of me, I had to pray the fear away of being a mommy. It's super overwhelming because this pregnancy was planned, but now he don't see a future with me no more. We both done things to each other that we lost trust. So I was left with the option but terminating. I was surprised I'm that far along that it's no turning back from being a mommy. I instantly fell in love when I saw the face and heard the heartbeat." It sounded like a breakthrough moment, but the chaos that followed had everyone questioning if any of that was even real. So yeah, she basically admitted what folks were already suspecting, that at first she was planning to end the pregnancy, which might explain why she kept partying, drinking, and doing whatever. But then came the switch up. She started talking about healing, saying the baby gave her a second chance to fix herself and her life. She poured her heart out in one of her posts, saying stuff like, the bad thoughts like, I don't want to be rock no more, I don't want to be famous, I messed up, I should have stayed in school, but I had to separate my heartbreak from the biggest thing I prayed for in the beginning. She was clearly torn up inside. Then she added, I'm not going to move out of fear. I'm okay with moving on. I'm okay with letting go of anything that's not for me. Having a child won't stop me from making money, learning, or growing. I don't need $1 from anyone to be here for this child. I'm blessed and highly favored, and that's all that matters now. She even said she was ready to document her whole journey, the good and the bad, and said, through it all, I'm gonna win. And just when it seemed like she might finally be done with Blueface, she claimed she cut him off. She said, telling him no today was a step. But then she dropped a line that really hit. How do you get rid of a soul tie? She admitted she had to take a step back because, in her words, still giving a part of me to him is messed up for my son. Then she revealed that Blueface texted her that day, and she almost fell for it again. What am I doing for real? She wrote. The emotional back and forth had fans torn, some rooting for her, others done with the roller coaster. But one thing's for sure, the drama was far from over. She kept pouring her heart out, y'all. She said, I'm looking at my son like, hold up. Cut the immature stuff out. She was clearly fed up with herself. Then she turned her attention straight to Blueface, saying, hey, Blue, go mess with yourself. Stop hitting me, bruh. Go find another chick to put your mess on. That stuff is unsafe and nasty. You gonna mess around and catch something the way you moving. She wasn't holding back at all. Then she got real vulnerable again, saying, "Oh God, let me start wanting better. Lord, please free me from myself. I pray for discipline. I pray for strength." Because having a child and knowing the father don't want nothing to do with him, that's tough to accept. She admitted that instead of facing the hard truth, she kept settling, taking the short end of the stick just to avoid the pain. And when it came time to give birth, she made it very clear that Blueface wasn't welcome. "I didn't invite him," she said. "I went to my city to have my child. None of you weird people are gonna be around my son. I'm all he's got. I'm gonna do everything I can to protect him from hate, jealousy, and anything that comes his way." Then came the announcement that had fans clinging to hope. She revealed her baby's name. His name is Chrisean, and he will be loved and respected. She also posted about what was coming next. "I can't wait to reveal the leveling up, the new everything, new music, new movies, a new life. I'm flying back to LA after I heal and moving into my new home. I'm pressing play on new beginnings." She wrapped it all up with a message full of hope. "I'm just beyond grateful." And guess what? The fans ate it all up. At that moment, people really believed her. We really thought she was turning it around, like her wild days were done and gone. A lot of folks were rooting for her, hoping motherhood would finally bring out a new version of Cha. Sure, some people had doubts, saying she'd never change, but hey, motherhood has a way of humbling even the wildest souls. So maybe, just maybe, she had a shot. But it didn't take long before she slid right back into her old ways. Soon the wild behavior came back, and fast. And when that started happening, fans shifted their attention to Jr. That's when whispers about him possibly having a disability started popping up online. The real concern kicked off after one of Cha's chaotic Instagram lives last January. She was busy defending her decision to tattoo Blueface's mugshot on her face. And in the background, Jr could be heard crying. But the thing is, the cry didn't sound normal. It was different. Office fans immediately caught it and started speculating that something wasn't right.
In relations with Blue, we were still rough, on and off, whatever. Case may be. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. Right? When they start talking, saying or subliminally saying stuff or doing an actual interview and start talking, that's different.
And then someone spotted what looked like a respirator machine in one of her photos, and that just raised even more questions. There's another clip where Jr was crying again, and Cha tried to brush it off by saying he was just laughing, but you could hear the concern in her voice. It didn't sound like laughter to anyone else. Then came the growing suspicions about Jr possibly having vision issues. In multiple videos, fans noticed him staring off into space, barely reacting or reaching out like babies usually do at his age. Sure, he could hold his head up, but the way he moved, the lack of eye tracking, it just wasn't lining up with typical baby milestones. Fans weren't trying to be mean, they were genuinely concerned. Something didn't seem right, and people started asking the hard questions no one else wanted to say out loud. Of course, Cha got super defensive when people started questioning her son's development. She kept saying over and over that Jr was perfectly fine.
We talking, walking, playing football, everything. Who is y'all to tell me what he diagnosed with and what he look like, and what he sound like? Y'all don't know nothing about God, and y'all don't know nothing about nothing. You talking to me like that, so I rebuke everything y'all saying about my child, to be honest. But I liked it, bro.
Nothing to worry about, but things hit a whole new level at his first birthday. And what fans saw raised serious eyebrows. At the party, it was clear Jr couldn't walk. He couldn't even stand on his own. Cha tried to make it look like he was standing by propping him up on her legs, but fans weren't buying it. People saw right through it. Now look, it's true. Not every baby walks by their first birthday. Kids hit milestones at different times, but because of all the earlier concerns, this just felt like another red flag to a lot of folks. And then came even more claims from someone who used to be real close to her ex-friend Janet. Janet said Cha was deep in denial about what was going on with Jr. She even claimed she tried to get him help, but Cha wouldn't allow it.
Why didn't you convince her to help Jr? I did. My cousin is a specialist. I did the best I could. My cousin works with autistic children. She works one-on-one with all kinds of children. It don't matter if you're autistic, if you're not, if you're regular children, like we offered the help as much as we can. Like my cousin is literally has her BA in all of this. It's like when people are in denial of stuff, it's like you can't help people when they're in denial of what's actually going on in reality. Like I get, oh, we're all prayed up, we just have faith, but faith comes with work. You just can't have faith and just sit around and have faith. It's like you got to put the work in too. Like that's how God is going to repay you. If you put the work in, not just gossiping around other people and be like, oh.
But y'all, that's not where the drama ends. Chaw also fell out with her best friend Marsh. And why? Because Marsh tried to take Junior to the hospital while Chaw was in jail. Yup, Marsh had been watching Junior while Chaw was locked up. And when she noticed something wasn't right, she stepped in. Well, when Chaw found out Marsh was trying to get medical help for her son, she flipped. In leaked texts between Marsh and another friend, Marsh said, she got mad because when she called from jail, I told her I can keep Junior. It was chaos behind the scenes, and the people around her, they were sounding alarms that Chaw was ignoring. Marsh wasn't holding back at all. She said Chaw kept promising to send her money while she was taking care of Junior, but the days kept passing, and her cash app stayed empty. Meanwhile, Junior barely had the basics. No milk because he couldn't eat solids, no car seat, no bottles, no blankets, not even a decent set of clothes. Marsh said, I bought what I could, but I still got my own kid to feed. It was too much. She said straight up, a real friend would have looked out, especially when she was taking care of someone else's child. It got worse when Marsh asked her sister to watch Junior so she could take a few clients and make rent money. That's when her sister noticed Junior kept spitting up and said she was thinking about taking him to the hospital. When Chaw found out, she flipped. Marsh said, Chrissy went crazy on me and had Smiley come snatch him from my sister. It was looking more and more like Chaw didn't want anyone getting medical help for Junior. Like she was doing everything she could to keep his condition hidden. And to really show just how far it went, Marsh said Chaw was staging photo shoots just to make it look like Junior was perfectly fine. She was that committed to the act. Marsh claimed Chaw was obsessed with what people were saying about her on Reddit. She had notifications on for every single post in that exposing Chaw thread. Every time something new dropped, she'd check it instantly, even during lash appointments. She'd be sitting there showing me Reddit posts while I was doing her lashes, Marsh said. Stuff like, they saying he can't walk, they saying he can't hold himself up. Y'all, it was all a performance. Chaw was watching the criticism, reacting to it, and doing whatever she could to spin a different story. Marsh said it plain. I'm gonna post a picture of him in his walker later. And she'd look at Chrissy like, girl, he can't even use it. But Chaw would shoot right back with, I gotta make them think he can. Otherwise, they gonna say he's messed up because I was drinking. But I wasn't even drinking that much. Marsh called it out. She's sick, bro. And it didn't stop at the walker. Word on the street is that Chaw's been photoshopping Junior's pictures, editing them to make him look better, more normal, just to keep the public fooled. But seriously, wouldn't it be way easier to just get the kid proper medical help instead of staging fake pics? And if you needed more proof she's still in denial, get this, she showed up at a public event recently, Junior in her arms, and witnesses said the baby could barely hold his head up. He's nearly 2 years old now, and that had fans shook. Then came the comment that really sealed the deal, Karissa's. It backed up everything people had been suspecting for a long time. But before you start thinking Karlissa said it out of love for the baby, let's be real, that's not the vibe. Remember when Chaw got arrested at Blueface's court hearing? Both Karlissa and Blueface's dad were there. And when it came to who was going to take the baby, neither one of them stepped up. In fact, they argued, fought over who wouldn't take him. They knew if no one claimed Junior, he'd be placed in temporary foster care, and they still walked away. So nah, this isn't just about concern for the child. It's about everyone trying to dodge responsibility while a baby gets caught in the middle of the chaos. Man, this whole situation is just heartbreaking. No matter which side you're on, it's hard not to feel for that baby. Like, imagine coming into the world with Chaw as your mom, Blueface as your dad, and Karlissa as your grandma. That's a triple threat of chaos. This ain't just drama. This is a straight up disaster in slow motion. And the worst part, the one who needs the most protection, Junior, is the one getting dragged through all this mess with nobody stepping up the right way. But I want to hear from y'all, seriously. What do you think about everything that's gone down? Was this all preventable? Who's really at fault here? Drop your thoughts, your rants, and your hot takes in the comments below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe because we've got plenty more deep dives coming. Catch you in the next one.